Alright. How are things going? How are things going? Things are going pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain today too much. I haven't quite ended my carbohydrate and sugar relapse, but I'm taking steps in the positive direction. I've stopped spending money on carbohydrates and sugar, so all that's left is the carbohydrate and sugar that's in my house, and I believe there's only one packet of ramen left, so I'm pretty much out of all the bad stuff for now. What else? I've been avoiding my mum. I think she is...
You've been avoiding your mother?
Yeah. I think she is addicted to marijuana. I'm not quite sure how to navigate that, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Don't you smoke marijuana?
On occasion, yeah.
But you're saying she's addicted.
She says she can't live without it. And she quotes like some long COVID symptoms, and she says, those symptoms are only really alleviated through, the vaporizing of marijuana.
I see. Do you believe that?
Partially, yeah. I imagine it alleviates some symptoms, but I don't know how it feels like a band-aid, like a quick fix. No, not really treating what's going wrong, but who knows what's going wrong, right? So, yeah, it's a weird one. I'm not sure how to play it. But other than that, I managed to do a couple loads of laundry, so I'm pretty happy with that. Tidied up the main room a little. Tidied up the kitchen a little. Nothing major, but yeah, I guess we'll see how that ends up being in the coming days. I reckon I can get a decent amount done today. I have a couple friends staying over later tonight, so that will motivate me to get a couple things in order at least. My heater's still not working. Not sure why. Not quite sure what to do about that either. I don't know. I've been sleeping well though.
You're sort of... What?
I've been sleeping well. Go ahead.
You feel you're kind of on a better path than you were last week.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been able to shorten the time between thinking I need to take an injection and then actually taking the injection. It's like that time between the thinking of needing to and actually doing it is like shrinking again, which is good. It's a bit weird. I kind of have to like bargain with myself sometimes. It's like, yeah, sure, you don't want to do a blood test, but how about you do an injection? And then it's like, okay, cool, maybe you don't want to do an injection, but how about you brush your teeth or something like that, you know? It's like, I don't know,
Kind of basic stuff, really,
I guess.
would you say?
I mean, not to anyone without diabetes, no, but I guess.
Sorry, you don't think that's the case, or
It feels a bit shitty to call it basic. Taking insulin is usually more involved.
sorry, what do you mean?
You gotta calculate how much you need. You gotta calculate if you need to do extra because of what blood sugar you're at. You gotta try and find a spot on your body that isn't calloused and tough. It's just a lot.
Well, I think yes, but I think what I'm clearly this is something you struggle with.
Oh yeah. But I'm slowly getting things in order.
Pardon?
I'm slowly getting things in order. So I'm not too concerned right now.
I see. Have you had any feedback, Tiger, on the blood test? You took a blood test.
Yeah. They called
Or
me.
not?
They said everything's generally okay. They said my HbA1c, which is a measure of my blood glucose control over time, is not great. It's not as bad as it was at its worst, but it's not as good as I've had it in the past. So, yeah, I don't know. It's really difficult to motivate myself sometimes to take these injections and do these blood tests and stuff because it's like there isn't a positive reward. It's more like a lack of negative, if that makes sense. It's not a positive. It's like I better do this stuff or I'll feel shitty later. There's no benefit like in the positive direction. It's not like I'll feel better. I'll just feel normal. It's a bit annoying.
it's annoying because that is the only benefit, to feel normal.
But it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not even a benefit almost. It's like
How so?
Like let's say we replace it with working out, for example, right? Working out has numerous benefits like having better energy levels, having better sleep, like these sort of things, right? Um, but taking insulin doesn't have that really. It's more you take it to not feel shitty, you know? It's not really a benefit. It's just do this or things will get worse. And it's a bit hard for me to motivate myself in that perspective, I guess. It's like most people don't have to do anything to feel normal. It's especially tough to have conversations with friends about, like, I'd rather you not bring these types of foods here because I can't help myself, you know? But it feels weird to do because obviously they're giving me the foods out of sort of a kindness, but it's just not kind if you're me, you know? It's really annoying. I hate it. I really hate feeling guilty about things people get me. And then I feel even worse when those things people get me trigger me to relapse and have poor blood sugars for, multiple days or weeks. And I guess I just wish people would know more about it, I guess. And I wish it didn't feel like every time I spoke about it that, you know, like their patience is wearing thinner, you know? It's quite disheartening and causes me some anxiety when I talk about the condition sometimes because I still have this kind of background belief that if I talk about it too much, then people will just not be around me. And hell, if I wasn't diabetic and someone was always talking about diabetes, I fucking wouldn't want to be around them either. So I don't even blame people. I'm just I'm just tired.
Tired of having to struggle with this problem.
Yeah,
Is that it?
I guess. It's like part of me is tired of pretending to be someone I'm not to get people to like me, but the other side of that is, you know, part of me is terrified that if I let too much on about myself, then no one will be around. So I feel a bit not sure how to play things sometimes.
Just
Hmm.
yeah, well, move things on a little bit. I thought you were going to you 2 weeks ago you were talking about ADHD,
Hmm.
and I just wondered whether you've kind of done anything about that.
Nope. Nothing.
What do you think differently about it now?
Hmm? No, I don't think differently about it. I just
I
hate
mean,
calling people. I hate calling people. It's the worst.
I see. You don't want to call. Okay, right.
It's like I want to, but I don't want to go through that uncertainty. I don't know. It's a weird one. It's like I want the result of what should happen, but I don't want to deal with the feelings of uncertainty being on the phone with the GP. Because they're going to ask me questions
Yeah,
and I
you
don't
don't.
know how to respond to
You don't want to
them.
be. Yeah, you don't want to be engaged in the process.
I
Is that
just wish
something
there
you
was a
wish
way
to
I could
do?
do it without talking to people.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Mhm.
Sorry about that.
Tiger, I wanted to just, ask you, well, kind of get an idea of you. Um, do you envisage that the situation as is now um, is how um, do you envisage being any different?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, um, getting engaged, whether it be at a job or university or study or whatever, etc.
Yeah, I've thought about engaging.
And
I
do
just
you
don't
feel
see
that's
anything
something you
currently
want?
that. It's just not something I currently see any good opportunities for.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know what I'd want to study at university. And I feel that with my current spending habits and my current difficulty in putting myself first when it matters, it feels like no job will be worth whatever pennies they want to give me.
Um,
I do think about it though. I asked 2 different places if they were hiring.
And for what jobs?
There's a 24-hour convenience store near my house, maybe 10 minutes down the road. I asked if they're hiring. They said yeah. They said bring a CV in, but I don't want to work in a 24-hour convenience store that bad, you know. And then I asked this place is looking for a baker, but their boss is on holiday, so they might get back to me when they get back, maybe. I need something I can do from home.
Sorry?
I need something I can do from home.
You prefer something you could do from home?
It's not about preference.
What?
It's not about preference, it's
That's your.
about needs, really. It's like the same reason I like having these online meetings, because I don't trust myself to be on time. I don't trust myself to take injections over being on time. I don't trust myself in most ways in terms of putting my needs before an employer's. Don't know why those.
So you mean that you would inevitably put your own needs before what's expected of you?
No, no, no. I'd put what's expected of me before my own needs. That's why I'm so hesitant with working, because I've done it before and I've been really poorly burned because of it.
So you mean that um, engaging with whatever it might be outside the flat would inevitably come into conflict at some point with, the managing the diabetes.
Oh, 100% it will. It always does. It's like the same reason I don't like doing blood sugar tests and injections on a video call with you here. Like, you're not even paying me. So, if it's an employer, like, I don't understand how I'm even meant to I don't understand how I'm meant to feel able to do those things when people are paying me for my time, you know? It's like, it's an esteem issue, I think.
But how
Hmm?
but the implication of that is that Well, is that something that's unique to you, or because obviously there are a lot of people. There are, many type 1 diabetics, who are outside doing whatever they're doing.
Mm.
But from you're saying there's an incompatibility.
I just know that I'll put. It's like I already don't want to do these things, like blood sugar tests and insulin injections. And if there's someone else who also doesn't want me to do these things, and they're paying me money to not do these things, it's really difficult for me to, like, force myself to understand that this is important and it comes before whatever the fuck this employer wants, you know? It's really difficult for me to put myself first. And it really sucks because it fucks me over, like, really bad. And because of that, I'm just scared of even getting people to rely on me.
You mean inevitably at some point this the um, diabetic control will take over? Has to.
What do you mean?
Well, you're saying the employer shouldn't rely on you, and surely what that means is that at some point, although you're saying your tendency is to allow the whatever the external activity is to override diabetic management, the
Hmm.
diabetic management will happen and conflict with, according to you, what the employer, let's say, as an employer wants from you, expects.
Yeah.
Which is what happened before.
Yeah.
Is that right? Or
Yeah. It is. It's like I should be doing my blood sugars now, and I should be taking injections now. But because you brought it up on two separate occasions that you don't like it, like I'm just not doing it, you know. So if you're not an employer,
but why?
how? Why?
Hang on a minute.
Huh?
Why in the 50-minute consultation out of 24 hours do you have to do it now? I'm interested. What makes you
Because I
have to
haven't
do it
done it. I
in your
haven't done
next
it. I don't
consultation?
have to do it. I don't. I don't have to do it. But that's the exact same problem I have with the employers. I don't have to do my blood sugar. I don't have to do my insulin. I don't ever have to do any of these things, right? But I should be doing them. It's good for my health to be doing them. I could keep my feet longer. I could keep my eyes longer if I do them. But for some reason, I'm letting
Yes, but that's
your
not
comfort,
what we're
I'm letting
arguing.
your
That's
comfort
either
stop
data.
me from doing it. It doesn't make sense in my head. I don't get it. I want to understand it before I think about work. Do you get me?
No, I really don't, Tiger, because what you're saying is that you're aware that you should have done this, whatever has to be done, as a routine matter of course, before, for example, your appointment here.
And if I don't do it, I should still do it. I don't get your point. Like, I don't
No,
want to do
well,
it,
my point is that
and you're encouraging me not to do it. And I'm happy with that.
not. No,
Yeah, you are. You're
entitled to
saying
know.
it's something I should be doing outside of your sessions. So that's telling me to not do it.
Well, I okay. Well, that's you. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't see the other way to see it. Like it's just your discomfort.
There's no need to get.
I'm
Hang on,
not I'm
just
not
before
trying
we
to
move on.
get defensive or like argumentative about it. I just don't see it another way. Like your discomfort is what's stopping me from doing it right this
No, it's
second.
not.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
perfectly. If you
But if you
now
brought it up on
have
two separate sessions, then clearly there's
no,
something wrong with it.
I'm perfect. That hasn't stopped you in the past.
Uh-huh, I
That hasn't
know.
stopped you
But that was
doing
me
it. So
fighting
I
my
can't. Hang
own.
on. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah, yeah.
It, it, it hasn't stopped you. It hasn't,
It has stopped
therefore
me. It has stopped
consumed.
me.
It doesn't
It has stopped
destroy.
me. I know at least 3 different times
I
that I
said
should have
there
done
have
it
been
and I haven't done
occasions
it.
when you have. Well, that may be the case, but there have been occasions where you have done it during the session, and I'm not complained about it. It doesn't put me off one iota.
I'm happy to hear that, but it's just
So
when you bring up that I should
it's
be doing it outside of the sessions, it just makes me feel shame that I have to do it at all.
well that I think is your problem, isn't it?
Of course, but talking about it's the only way it's gonna get better, right?
Sure, but don't think that. I mean, if you choose to do it in the session. You do it in the session. You've done it before.
I guess it's like you don't quite understand. I don't want to do it in the session. I don't ever want to do it. I never want to do this shit. I force myself to, and it's really fucking difficult. And I hate it. And sleep doesn't make it better. It's just the worst. I hate it so much. It's like, I want to be able to go to bed and wake up feeling better. But it's not how it works with me. I have to take multiple injections.
The hatred, the hatred seems to be central to all of this.
What am I meant to do? I can't love it, can I?
Well, it's not beyond the bounds of possibility not to love it, but to accept that it has to be done.
It's like I know it needs to be done, but it doesn't make it fun to do. It doesn't make me look forward to it. Sometimes I feel you don't appreciate the extent of my issues. And I think that's partially my
No,
fault. It's partially my
no,
fault.
I'm not. Well, I think that there is a certain. I mean, it is your choice and responsibility how you manage this. And if I didn't think and actually voice the a hope for you that it could be managed, that you have it in you to manage it differently, it wouldn't be helpful.
I know it's in me.
Well, that's what we're trying to strive for.
There's there's just days it gets too much. Days when the injection sites hurt. Days when the insulin pen jams. Days when your feet won't stop hurting. Being surrounded by needles. Having friends tell you they don't want to come over because they're scared of the needles.
What do you mean they're scared of the needles?
I have to take injections every day and they're single-use needles. And it can be hard to stay on top of disposing of all of them. So sometimes there's needles around my desk, and sometimes there's needles in my bathroom, and sometimes there's needles in my kitchen, and it's just too much. It's too much for me, and I don't know how to feel when other people tell me it's too much for them, because it's like, cool, you don't have to live with it. You can choose to not see me. It's fine. But this is my life. Like, you never skip meals for days just because you're so burnt out of everything.
I'm just wondering whether you're saying you're too burnt out to the extent that you can't help but leave needles lying around, whether it being on your desk or in the bathroom.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They never
Because you're
stop.
burnt out. What?
Yeah, they're everywhere. They don't stop. It's hard to stay on top of it.
What do you mean they don't stop?
Well, they're single-use needles, so if I take 3 injections a day, then they add up really quick.
But you have been supplied, have you not, with a sharps bin? Or
Yeah, I got like 5 of them, but they're not always handy.
they're not always handy.
They're also ugly. I hate them. It's like a big advertisement saying, I am abnormal.
Do you, Tiger, reuse needles?
Sometimes if I run out. But when I run out, I usually. It's not often I run out, but last time I had to reuse needles, I only reused each one once, if that makes sense. So it's like I'll use each
Yeah.
needle the first time and then I'll put it off to the side somewhere specific so I know I've used that one time, and then I'd use each one twice and then I'd bin them. So it wasn't like
So you're
repeated
wanting to
overuse of
reuse.
one needle, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I understand what you'd only use a needle twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what you mean is it's not like you reuse a needle.
Yeah, no. I heard that's not
Multiple
good.
times.
I heard it's not good.
And the difficulty is the business of phoning up to get more.
I did that already. I've plenty of everything, and I have the other insulin I'm running out of. It's already at the pharmacy waiting for me. So I got everything under control. I didn't have to reuse any needles this time. Luckily, the pharmacist had an order of mine from a previous date, so I was just able to go in and pick it up when I called them.
Tiger, I think the thing that I feel is that I remember, when you were first referred to me, and one of the things that the referrer wrote was about the problems surrounding self-care
Yeah.
that you needed help with.
Yeah.
And my and it's clearly I've not succeeded in helping you with that because there's clearly still quite a significant problem around that.
I guess, but it's not like you haven't not helped. Like, I'm
No,
more
I'm not.
likely to do insulin
No, hear me
injections and
out.
stuff,
I'm
huh?
not. I'm not. I'm not kind of saying that. What I think is I hope we can meet next week because I want to kind of go through with you a model of care that
Mm.
um, was has been devised to help people originally with smoking problems,
Mm.
okay, but it's been widened to use with other issues,
Okay.
um, and I'd like to talk, go through it with you and work out with you where you think you are on this model.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna send it? You gonna email it, and then I can have a look, or did you want
I
to go
can
through it
email it
next
to
week?
you. No, I'll email it to you in preparation for next week. How
Okay.
about that?
Okay, that sounds good.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll see you next week. In the meantime, I will email you a Zoom link, and I'll also email you this model of care, which you'll easily understand.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
See
you.
you next week.
Bye bye.